All right, New Year's is here. It's 2016. It's the 1st of January. And for those living in Delhi, the even odd plan too is here. Why has this been done? This has been done to clean up Delhi's air. Slightly controversial decision. A lot of people instantly getting polarized in this debate of being for or against. The D-Day has arrived. The ambitious odd even scheme has kicked in. A reminder to all that only odd numbered cars will be allowed on the roads of Delhi today. Why? Because today is the 1st of January. So when you say the 1st of January, because 1st is an odd number, that is why today only vehicles with a number plate ending with an odd number are going to be allowed to ply on Delhi's roads. Now from 8 a.m. today, it is perceived that close to half the cars in Delhi were pushed off the road, with cars sporting registrations ending with an even number not allowed. It's a 2,000 rupee fine for the violators. An enthusiastic response from Delhiites during the dry run yesterday has kind of raised hopes that the odd even plan or the experiment could in fact be a success. However, the state of public transport remains a worry and could be the X factor in deciding how mobile this city is going to be. Let's now cut across live to India Today's Atir Khan, who joins us from outside the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Morning, Atir. How did you come to work today?
Well, Sanket, it wasn't very difficult because I started early, and by the time I reached AIIMS, and thereafter now I have come to Arvind Kejriwal's residence at 6 Flagstaff Road. It was well before 8 a.m. So at the moment we are waiting for Arvind Kejriwal to go in carpool with Satyendra Jain and Gopal Rai. But at the moment we do not know whether there'll be whether the CM is going to break the protocol and start from here and go to Gopal Rai's residence and thereafter go to the secretariat, or it will be Gopal Rai will be coming here. But we know for sure that the carpool will happen, and the CM, Satyendra Jain and Gopal Rai, together they're going to go to the secretariat.
That's right, Atir. You know, there is also an apprehension, and a lot of people say that by doing all of this, Kejriwal might have made this an issue of public discourse. But the problem also is that it should not end up into just another photo opportunity. I mean, the points that you were actually mentioning of whether he will actually go to these ministers and then go together, his radio advertisement where he is almost talking like the people in Delhi, that and calling his ministers by first name. I mean, the radio jingle, pretty much spells it out. Main Manish ek saath jayenge. Perhaps trying to ascertain the fact that people should carpool. Do you think that this will get reduced to a photo op, or there is actually some ground impact happening?
Well, that is the apprehension. You see, Sanket, the entire the entire plan is politicized, then the purpose will be defeated. What people are for reducing pollution, and they are with the government as far they are willing to take the inconvenience. But at the same time, even before the scheme was implemented, the blame game has already started. Now, the Delhi government is blaming central government. Central government is saying that this plan was not conceived properly, and things cannot happen with a blink of the eye. So yes, all good things take time to happen, but at the same time, if it'll be better if this plan is kept apolitical and away from the photo ops, and if the government is able to drive across the message of awareness without unpleasant memories of people in Delhi, they would have achieved the success. But we'll have to see how things play out today in the capital, Sanket.
Absolutely, Atir. Thanks very much. Do stay on with us. In fact, let's also get in Kamaljeet Sandhu, who joins us from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in the national capital. Morning, Kamal. Let me ask you the same question, the first question that I asked Atir. How did you come to work today? And secondly, behind you, do you see some real impact of this odd even plan?
Sanket, Happy New Year to you. Well, I do stay in Noida, so yes, I did travel by my car. Also being a single woman, driver. I could drive actually. But yes, by taking metro or taking an office car, we do use a lot of office cabs. So in that particular sense, I'm all for it. This is the odd even formula. And I see that Delhi is given a big thumbs up. Before AIMS, we were also at the IIT traffic junction. There's not much traffic at AIMS, but we do see in case of emergency a lot of other people who've been coming here with both the odd and the even numbers. But at the heavy IIT junction, that's where we really saw people following that odd even formula. Either they were carrying the CNG stickers, either they were actually carpooling. We saw a lot of people who were following traffic rules. As a matter of fact, what we also saw, Sanket, were Aam Aadmi Party volunteers with those red roses, as they promised they would be there. So 8 o'clock in the morning, they were all there with red roses. The traffic police in huge numbers. Now that's the scene that we really can't show you here. But let me try and show you what is at AIMS right behind me. The volume of traffic, Sanket, is not quite a lot. So we do see pedestrians walking at this point of time because there is a red light. But yes, a lot of people carrying the CNG posters. We've seen that with the taxis, even with the auto walas. If they have a CNG, they're showing it. They're also showing at this point of time a lot of people who carrying. We've seen single women driving out there with both the odd and the even
Now,
numbers.
Kamaljeet, correct me if I'm
We've seen
wrong.
a lot of people carpooling. And we did manage to speak a couple of them who came
absolutely.
at AIMS. And
Absolutely.
Sanket,
Kamaljeet,
at this
the
point of
thing
time,
is-
they're saying, perhaps why not? Why can't Delhi do it if other countries can do it? Perhaps Delhi has to lead the way in the country. And that's how it seems like at this point of time.
Also, Kamaljeet, I feel that today being the 1st of January, of course, those party goers, you know, would not want to get up very early in the morning. So that's why the real impact, and also it follows a weekend. So the real impact, I believe, of this even odd plan is going to be felt perhaps on the 4th of January. That is the Monday which is coming up.
Sanket, absolutely. Many saying the real test as such will begin on Monday. But the fact remains that this is 1st of Jan. It's still a Friday. And perhaps even as people are still coming in their cars, this is the real test because the volume of traffic is less. And if you can find number of people, and despite a huge amount of publicity, if there are challans and if people have been told, now we know that number of exemptions have been made and people will be looking at exemptions. We've seen some of the Lal Batti cars or the red light cars really come with the odd even. But we've seen in cases in the DOPT and the MHA where they've actually vowed to be carpooling, and officers, they said that many of them who stay close by say they would actually just be walking down, perhaps cycle down to office. That is enthusiasm that we've seen even from the central government. The politics aside, we know that the central government and the Aam Aadmi Party bad-mouthing each other on many occasions, including this one saying, blaming the other one, saying they don't want the carpooling or even the odd even formula to be a success. But yes, as far as the people are concerned, and we've borne the brunt of pollution, Sanket. You've done a series on air purifiers. We've seen a lot of people really complain about the heavy traffic. So it's a double-edged sword all this along. And now the first step being taken, the odd even formula on its way to be implemented. 8 o'clock was the time. And we've seen, as far as Delhi is concerned, they've given a thumbs up. Maybe one odd people who've obviously got a right reason perhaps to violate that. We spoke to traffic cops. They haven't challaned anyone just yet. But yes,
No,
it's a long
actually
day
they have.
today. So
Actually,
perhaps
Kamaljeet,
later in the
you'll
day.
be surprised to know that there was one challan that happened early this morning. We'll play out that in just a short moment. It was a slight altercation also, where the man said that Kejriwal ji ne bahut pareshan kar diya. And he was willing to cough up 2,000 rupees. So the first challan of the day has also happened at the income tax office, that is the ITO building. Let's quickly get you up to speed with all the latest. Kamaljeet and Atir, do stay on with us. Now it's the 1st of January 2016, wishing all our viewers a happy new year. But for all those who stay in Delhi, there is a new scheme in place, the even odd plan. Now let's remind our viewers what this even odd plan is all about. Now even number cars will run on even number dates. So if your registration number ends with a 2, 4, 6, 8 or a 0, it will run on even numbers. Odd number cars will run on odd number dates. Just notice the last digit which runs with the number 7. That is what is running at this moment. Now let's quickly take a look at the rules. When do these rules apply? They apply between 8 AM and 8 PM. That is for 12 hours. these rules will apply from Monday to Saturday. That means Sunday is exempt. You can fly any car that you wish to. But if you are caught between Monday and Saturday on the wrong side of the law, then you will have to cough up 2,000 rupees as fine.
दिल्ली के अंदर जब पोल्यूशन फ्री दिल्ली बनाने के लिए एक बड़ा फैसला और एक बड़े आंदोलन की तरफ दिल्ली सरकार बढ़ रही है, जनता तो हमारे साथ है, लेकिन केंद्र सरकार और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार हर कीमत पर इसको फेल कर दिया जाए, इसके लिए सक्रिय हो चुकी है.
This exercise is a faulted exercise. This exercise is bound to fail. Knowing that it is bound to fail, they are looking for an escape route. An escape route is nothing better than bring the onus on the central government. So far as central government's activities are concerned, we are very concerned because we all live in Delhi. There are 7 MPs from Delhi who are concerned about Delhi.
All right, let's quickly go across to Atir Khan once again. Atir, you saw these political reactions that we played. It was so obvious that this is going to become a sort of a political matter of political discourse, where the BJP now accuses the Aam Aadmi Party of saying that you have created a law or a structure or a scheme of a kind with so many exceptions, with so many variables, that it is bound to fail. And it is the failure which you will then put on the onus on the central government.
Well, that's right. You know, it's very unfortunate, Sanket, that both the Delhi government and central government have already assumed that it is going to be a failure. Perhaps they are getting some feelers about it. As far as this plan is concerned, the intention is good. People are with Delhi government as far as reduction of pollution is concerned. But on the other side, we also have to look at the implementation part. You see, we do, as you were rightly pointing out, we do not have a very robust public transport system. So therefore, the angle of inconvenience to people and moreover the enforcement, you see, that is also going to be a big problem, because the Delhi police, of course, is going to go by the rule book. They have already said that they are going to cooperate with the Delhi government as far as this plan is concerned. They have held detailed meetings to work this out, but there are limitations. There are merely 5,000 traffic police personnel who will all be fanned out today to enforce this scheme. But is that enough? That is the question. For us to implement a scheme like this, you need a very big force. But moreover, the intention is to create awareness. The police, of course, cannot go chalaning people at the cost of public safety or at the cost of smooth flow of traffic. So all these aspects have to be looked into. The intention is good, creating awareness, and that should be the bottom line.
Absolutely. Atir Khan, many thanks for joining us at this moment, and also Kamaljeet Sandhu. Atir, do give us a shout if there's some movement behind you. I believe Arvind Kejriwal is going to carpool with Manish and Satyendra, as he says in his radio jingle. Thanks very much to both our correspondents getting us all the latest. We'll also be tracking all the latest details right here on India Today. Now, the even-odd plan has in fact been implemented, but there are a couple of exemptions also. Let's quickly take a look at who all has been exempt from this particular scheme. Exemption number 1, women driving alone, because remember there were some security concerns which women had raised. Two-wheelers, 56 lakhs of them registered in Delhi, exempt. Electric and CNG vehicles with a specific sticker have been exempted. CNG-equipped autos and taxis, so public transport will not be hit. That was a major concern. All ambulances and fire engines, because these are being considered emergency services. Army and police vehicles, again, considered emergency services. All cars with diplomatic and defense license plates have also been exempted. And cars of the President, Vice President and the Prime Minister have been exempted. Cars of judges and state chief ministers, excluding the Delhi Chief Minister, as he likes to mention in his particular ad, has in fact been exempted. So the list of exemptions is long, but this is a start nonetheless to try and clean Delhi's polluted air. All right, we're taking a short break at this moment on First Up 9 AM Live. When we come back, remember, this is going to stay our top focus this morning. It's the 1st of January. Delhi is trying something new out, and Delhi is giving something new a chance. Now, how good or bad did it go on the first day? A good start is half the work done, they say. It'll be interesting to see whether Delhi has been able to have a good start with the even odd plan or not. Lots more lined up. Our reporters are sending us tons of feed, which we are going to churn out on this broadcast.